Or give me the thing and I'll
Okay.
get it
Yay!
set up in a good place. Something very behind the scenes.
There you go. Oh my god. So they told me the camera was off last week, and it wasn't, and I said a word I wasn't supposed to say, so I'm on my best behavior tonight.
Okay. Less than a minute.
Yeah. Alright, this is behind the scenes. So everyone on Ustream, let's see. Oh man.
There you go.
Okay, and then are you doing, you got
30
that?
seconds.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
I'll just act, oh my gosh, my hair's on my nose.
Okay. 15 seconds.
Okay, so all you guys that are tuning in, you guys are seeing behind the scenes right now. I'll talk more about that. But Ustream, it's behind the scenes.
5.
I'll talk more to you guys later.
3, 2. Oh wait.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another brand new edition of Kevin Live. Thanks you guys so much for tuning in. I want to say a huge shout out and love to all the people over there that are watching us on Comcast and Frontier Cable, and the people who are watching us on the web across the state, across the nation, and around the world. That's you guys who are watching behind the scenes over there on Ustream. So tonight, I'm excited. I've been excited about this show for a while, and if you guys are on Twitter, you guys will also know too that I was particularly excited about this one. I sent a lot of tweets, and I was getting a lot of love and a lot of tweets back from a lot of you guys out there. Special shout out to Zoom Media. We're going to find out the true name of them in just a few moments, but I just really wanted to go into and talk about some social media. I don't think there's a day that goes by that you turn on the news or you do something and you don't hear about social media. So today I wanted to just kind of just break it down, but I have to be truly honest with you guys. I am by no means any type of social media expert or anything like that. Everything I learned from lots of trial and error, or I learned from some great friends and contacts whom I've made through Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan or fanatic about Twitter. I'm always talking about it. I'm always saying Twitter this, Twitter that. So tonight we're going to take a couple moments and we're going to dissect that a little bit. And for those of you who have emailed me repeatedly or have called into the show saying, why is it always Twitter? Why don't you just take live calls? Well, I think we might be able to answer that for you. But before we do that, I know I can't start the show until we do a shout out. And tonight's shout out, as I want to do a special one, I want to do a special shout out to Diana Mendoza over there in Milwaukee, Oregon. Thank you so much. Hello. I told you and I promised that I would be saying hello to you. I think you might be watching it on the web, so I'll wave to this camera as well. So there you go, Diana. See, I said hello. All right. So before we get to end everything, I want to go ahead and introduce my guest, very special guest. His name's Derek W. Wyatt. It's very important that you know the W in the middle. And he's actually a marketing strategist, and he will be our answer guy. He is our answer guy for tonight's show. Derek, are you with us tonight?
Yes, man, I'm here.
Hi. So you're a marketing strategist. Tell me, what is that?
Well, marketing is a pretty broad term, and it can compose of many different areas of selling. There's online marketing, which incorporates a lot of Facebook and Twitter marketing. So being a business selling on the internet, or just being a brand and being friendly on the internet, all the way down to creating magazine ads to even an advertisement that's marketing based. So basically, you find out what a client needs, you strategize with them, and you produce a product or service.
Or a service. And you're with a locally based company here in the Portland metro area. Is that correct?
Correct. Zoom Media. So there's two Z's in Spain, but it's Zoom Media. So
Zoom Media.
It's just Zoom.
And I'm so bad with names, I saw the two Z's and I went blank and I'm like, Zoom Media? No, just Zoom Media. But you're in good company because we have a mutual acquaintance and he has a website and I can never pronounce it correctly because it's Pour in Oregon and I mess it up every time.
So Oregon.
That's the one. That's the one. So I know that you know a little bit about Twitter, Facebook, and then this other thing called Google Plus. So I'm gonna turn to you to kind of ask a few questions. Now I just got a message here. We're good. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you to hold on for just a moment, and then for you people who are watching it on TV, meaning on Comcast, we're gonna show you a quick little tutorial video about what is Twitter, because it will explain it far better than I ever could. And so we're going to look at that, and then when we come back, I'm going to ask you, Derek, a couple questions about Twitter. How's that sound? All right, so here we go. Oh, I have to hit the button. And I am back. All right, you guys. So this is kind of interesting. So we're starting this new thing. It's behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, you guys saw kind of really what happens behind the scene, and you guys just got a chance to saw this great informative little video on Twitter. So now we're gonna go to my guest, Mr. Derek W. Wyatt. So Twitter. So how would you, in real plain English, how would you describe what is Twitter?
Well, Twitter is kind of like going back to the old chat room format. You know, it's an open forum. A lot of people call it a microblog. You know, as a video taught me about what's going on in life between blogs and emails. So this is kind of capturing quickly what's happening. So in that video, actually the terminology has changed. In that video, it talked about what are you doing without Twitter kind of being as specific. What are you doing to what's happening? So it's more about talking about what's happening around you, what's happening in your life, more than, you know, some people would need Twitter with, oh, I had cereal for breakfast today. But actually, Twitter is more of a, hey, you know, I have this event coming up, come support me, you know. Or this is how I feel about this certain topic, and then you spark a conversation. So
So it is like you said. So it's not advertising that you had a sandwich for lunch. It's a little bit more because I know I'm always intimidated. I get like thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what am I going to tweet about? Because I just don't feel like I have anything interesting to say. But if believe it or not, throughout the course of your day, you do come across something.
Yeah, you do come across quality, content out there, Some people use Twitter as a news stream. So some people get their news from Twitter, like breaking stuff that's happening in Libya and, Iran and all these other things. Like you get news flash or breaking news on Twitter before they actually hit the TV station.
So in your opinion, then, that's true, and that has happened to me. The one earthquake in Japan, I heard about it on Twitter before I got it or heard about it on CNN even. So in your opinion, how would be the best way to use Twitter for someone who's just now listening to about us talk about right now and is going to go online tonight and set up their Twitter account? What would you say would be the best way to use it?
Well, one thing I would do is kind of sit back and just watch others experience Twitter. So when you set up your account, find some key people to follow, and Twitter kind of helps you through that process. They say, well, here's some celebrities to follow, and then here's the people that talk about certain categories to follow. And maybe you might know some friends that are also on Twitter, and you follow them as well. And just sit back and watch the conversations happen and get a feel for what the proper reply is and what a retweet is. And that's a function unique to Twitter that most people don't understand how to properly do. Also hashtags, which are markers for events. So there's a lot of little techie lingo that goes on in Twitter that you might need to sit back and feel for before you just jump into the conversation.
And that's really important for you guys to know, is to look up the lingo, because Twitter does in a way have its own lingo.
Yes, it does. I mean, for example, the retweet the function is you find a nugget of gold in Twitter as far as information is concerned, you can share that with your friends. So you might be following, let's say, CNN, and you find out there's an earthquake in Japan. You're able to share that with your friends that might not follow CNN, and now they know.
And that's what makes Twitter so instant, so great. Give me let's talk about do's and don'ts on Twitter. Give me one definite do.
Definitely talk to people, engage with them, ask them how they're doing. More people are willing to open up to you and be more to you if you're concerned with what's going on in their lives. You would then broadcast what's happening in your life. Nobody, at the party likes to then always talk about something.
Right.
They always like to, hear about something interesting going on and throw in their 2 cents.
Excellent point. All right, number one, don't. Do not do on Twitter.
Automate posts. Now, I get a lot of flack when I say that, but a lot of people just set up Twitter to automatically generate tweets via RNS or blogs or what have you, keyword generators. So people, automatically set up certain keywords when they're said, trigger a certain post. And anybody who automates their Twitter function just took the person out of Twitter. They're just like a robot off their Twitter account.
It makes sense, because I know there's been a couple times I've sent out, and then I got all these replies back just because of a key word that was in my tweet, and I didn't understand what was going on. Now I know.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Spam bots, I guess is what the thing is called.
Right.
There's spammers out there that hunt for that keyword to be said, and then go there, buy this or visit this link. Never put something.
So do you need to have 10,000 followers to have a successful or a good Twitter account? Does size matter in Twitter? Yes.
It would depend greatly on your agenda. If you're a business like Coca-Cola, what you want to do is share what's happening with your brand. The more followers, the better, because you're getting the best across the people. But if you're a person using Twitter as a networking tool, then 10,000 is too many. Most people talk about the most quality relationships you can handle are around 150. Well, if you have 10,000, how are you going to individually know each one of those 10,000 people?
Excellent point. And then let's say I'm stuck at 100 followers. What tips would you give me to try, and maybe if I wanted to grow and have more than 100 followers, what tips would you give me to try and do that?
So it depends on what you're interested in. If you're an expert in a certain topic, let's say, for example, you like martial arts.
Yes.
If you're an expert in martial arts, you're going to do it extremely keyword search for martial arts, start looking for people who talk about martial arts. You're going to find something that you can chime in on. If you can make a connection at that point, then there you might have just gained a follower.
All right. So there you go.
That was something to know about, just start talking about it.
So they just start tweeting about it, right?
Exactly.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and close the book on Twitter. So there you go, have it. That's the whole thing. You got some information on Twitter. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and because we're gonna continue to use Twitter on this as a format for communication on this show. Facebook. I want to spend literally just 1 minute on Facebook and just ask you a couple real quick questions on it. Number one, are you ready? I need to know. There's been a lot of rumors going on. I want your personal, professional opinion. Is Facebook dead?
Absolutely not.
So people, stop panicking. Your Facebook is going to be okay. If there's just a lot of hype about this new thing, right?
Well, there's not a lot of hype about Google Plus because still there's always hype about new. But at the same time, Facebook is still growing at enormous rates. I remember I was doing some research for a client. They asked how many people worldwide are on Facebook. It was like 3 months ago it was 600 million. I did that same research today. It's approaching 700 million. So you've seen 100 million new Facebook users in 3 months.
That's
It's going to hit a point where it's going to reach critical mass.
right.
It's going to stop growing. But that's when Facebook is going to start settling down, not changing so much, and people are really going to start to into it.
So
It's still early on, even though it seems like it's been around forever.
Right.
I think they still have a lot of potential.
excellent. So and there's a lot of talk about, is it safe? Is your information safe? What is your personal opinion on that?
It's as safe as you make it. You know, Facebook has very good privacy measures. As long as you take the time when you're setting up your account, or even going back further, reviewing your privacy settings, making sure that certain information is not visible to certain people. So, for example, if you put your phone number on Facebook, we guarantee that somebody's going to be able to find that phone number if you don't have it there. So you might not want to put your phone number on Facebook if you don't want those two functions to be linked together.
So in a nutshell, you got to visit those privacy settings and make sure you set it right.
Right, you definitely can filter what information reaches one person.
Excellent. All right, so we just mentioned something called Google Plus, and unless you've been living probably under a rock, you probably have heard of Google Plus. So what we're going to do is we have a quick video that's just kind of like a little brief overview, Google Plus 101, if you will. It's about a minute long. We're going to go ahead and show that to you guys, and you guys behind the scenes are going to see what goes on kind of behind when we actually play a video. So let's go ahead and we'll hit the video, and then Derek, when we come back, let's start chatting about Google Plus. I can talk? Okay, so you guys over there on Ustream, so this is Ben. Ben is the man behind the show. There's no Kevin Live without this guy. There he is. He is the, he's he's a producer, executive producer, no, but a producer, technical director, he's everything. So this show would not succeed without him and everything else. And as you can see, the show really is done live. So let me see here. So Derek, are you watching me on cable or are you watching me on video? Or
Exactly.
both?
That's the way to watch it now.
Wow, so talk about in stereo.
Yeah, I have my laptop set up and I have everything up here with that feedback function.
Ah.
I can see what's going on the TV and I can see what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, this is cool. And so, and every time you do the show, something interesting happens. Today the phone didn't work right. So thank goodness for the cell phone, which is what we kind of set up really quick. So I'm confused. When I'm talking to you, Derek, right now I'll talk to this camera. Next time you need to come in here.
Yeah.
I know you're getting married.
Camera shot.
Are you really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my gosh, what? With that P90 ripped body? Uh-oh.
Yeah, P90, but I haven't hit the X button yet.
Okay, well we'll talk about that some other show. Hold on. All right, so there you have it. In a nutshell, there is a brief overview of this brand new thing called Google Plus, and I have to admit, I was excited when I heard about it, and I actually went onto Twitter, and I actually went out and I was begging for an invite, and my awesome beloved tweets, you guys came through to me, you guys got me one, and I think it's available to everybody now, I don't know, but let's talk about the very first thing. The first thing is, well, let's just go to Derek. Is this Google Plus going to replace all other social media, or is it just going to have its own niche?
You know, it's going to have its own niche in my first take on it. Now, it's still early, and my early opinion, obviously, is based on a lot of research. But at the same time, you know, we all thought Twitter was not going to be succeeding. You know, who wants to know what you have for breakfast?
Right.
People are looking at Google Plus going, I can get this replaced with Twitter. Why would I need to start entirely different social media platforms?
Okay.
So there's going to be some good opportunities. There's going to be some fans who are jaded by Facebook that are going to look for something else. You know, that's how MySpace felt. People were jaded about MySpace and looked for Facebook.
Right.
So I'm not saying the potential of advantages isn't going to be there, but I don't think it's going to catch on like Facebook did just in that early use of it, because I'm not a big fan of Google Plus, to be honest with you, right now.
Right now. Okay, well, let's break it down, because Google Plus really has a couple different components. The first one I want to talk about, because it's going to be, it's going to directly relate to my show, is going to be Hangouts. So why don't let's hit the video, the show Hangouts, and then when we come back, I want to talk about that component of it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, you said 28? Yeah. Okay, I will, I told them 25.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, my God. We're going to 25.
It doesn't matter. 25 is fine.
Okay, we're going to 25.
25 it is.
Okay, sorry about that.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't know it was going to be 28 and 25. That's always. So, all right. So, Derek, we're gonna just go and talk about Hangouts. I'll get your opinion on it, and then I'm gonna, because what we want to do is we're gonna have something called the panel, which I'll be sending some invites out, including to yourself, where if you happen to be online, you can go into this Hangout that's going to be live during the show, and then as I'm talking to a guest on the topic, if you wanted to, you can chime in.
Okay, excellent. So is that going to happen on a future show?
On future shows. Are we there? All right, so there you go. That is just so, it's like Skype, it's like group conferencing. What's your take on this Hangouts, Derek?
Hangouts is the only gem I see from Google Plus right now. You know, you can get a sort of watered down version of Circles and Facebook. You can get Streams and Twitter. Hangouts is really the one thing that's unique and stands out. Now, there's Skype video conferencing, but you have to pay for that.
Right.
So Hangouts was the first true free, high quality video conferencing that I personally come across.
I was totally...
Functionality.
Yeah, and I was completely taken away by it. As a matter of fact, breaking news for everyone that's watching tonight, we are planning and are working on creating a special Kevin Live Hangout for some select guests, which means that there will be times that when I'm talking to a guest, whether it's on the phone or in live in person, we're going to go to this panel of live people and they'll be able to chime in. Maybe we'll even have you could chime in. So that's...
I think having a hangout on the show would be great to have multiple guests on. So if you have a topic about social media, you can have multiple people talking about it. So having a panel for a question or having a panel for guests would work both ways.
I'm excited about it. So we may have to do this whole social media episode almost all over again, but do a broad, broad scope like you said. Okay, the next thing are huddles. Now we're not going to show the video because we're getting close on time. Huddles is another component of Google Plus. What's your take on huddles?
I would say it's easy. There are a couple of group chat functions or group text messaging functions for cell phones right now. So it's not completely easy, but according to Facebook, when they came out with their group chat, the same day Google Plus came out. So obviously, Facebook saw Google Plus in their huddle as a threat to competition, so they created group chat. So it's really just having a chat room with your group of friends on your cell phone.
Now, speaking of group of friends, we got about a minute and a half here. There's the other component, which is called circles, and that's the other component of Google Plus. What is a circle?
Well, a circle is a great way to group sections of friends together. So like-minded people, martial arts related, or
so you can really specialize it. Amazing. So there we go. So there is a quick, can you believe time is up for us? So I want to say,
I have a Twitter question, though.
let's do that. Throw it in. I want to make sure that we get in it.
Twitter question, somebody asked, what is the most important thing for a business to know about Twitter?
Oh, that's a great question.
And the thing I would say is, for every push message, for every marketing tactic you put out there, my rule is you have to engage with like 9 or 10 other people. So if you are going to be a little pushy with your messaging, you gotta make sure you talk to other people. So if you're a business on Twitter, act as a person more than a marketing machine, because people are going to go to a lot of connections with you. If I wanted to
Derek, hold that thought. Hold that thought 1 second. Hold that thought 1 second. Everyone, we're going to say goodnight, everybody, on Comcast. Thanks for tuning in. All right, go ahead and continue because we're going live. We're still on after the show or behind the scenes. Continue that thought. That's excellent, excellent information.
Well, yeah, like what I did for a Zoom meeting. I have clients that they want me friends on Twitter with them. So I could just say, hey, come on down, we have 10% off every tweet.
Right.
But at the same time, nobody's going to subscribe to that because if I want to sit in front of advertising, like it's better to do all of it.
Good point.
What I want is I want genuine content. I want original content where I just want somebody being interested in the outcome. So it goes back to what I was talking about on Twitter. Be interested in what other people are saying, and then we'll find interest in you. So when you do have that one special to tweet out, you only tweet it out once, more people are going to be receptive to it.
Okay, and then now that we're not on the app, that we're live, but still not on the air, on Comcast, I can ask a little bit more a question that I probably couldn't have asked on our real channel. And so, if I'm a business owner right now and I'm like really digging what you're saying, is there a way that you can be contacted? Is that something you're comfortable saying? Is there a website we can go, someone can go to? Because I know some business owners out there who just don't know, and that's okay. But they just don't know. And I'll tell you right now, they think that Twitter is doing exactly what you said. They think it's just simply every hour on the hour tweeting, hi, mention this tweet and get 10% off. How can we save these people?
We can do a really quick thing if they're interested in an hour consultation on social media, just online marketing or marketing in general. They can visit my company's website. My company is Zoom Media. That's ZZOOMMEDIA. You can reach that at zoommedia.com. And just, if you have a question, let us know, or you can also reach me on Twitter, Derek W. Wyatt. I answer questions on Twitter all the time, and I enjoy the people. If you have a question, I don't mind helping.
You were awesome. I think you helped a new business that just started called Petite Treats. I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll make sure to put those links out, and I'll get those links out that you just mentioned. I want to say thank you again so much for coming on the show. And I'm serious. I think that in next month, I think I want to get you. I know some social media type people. I got someone in New York, LA. We should do it across the nation and do it on that Google. What's it at the Huddle Hangout? The Google Hangout. And I'm hoping that you will participate for Portland. Does that sound cool?
Yeah, definitely. Let's get some other Portland people on here. I mean, I'm only one opinion, so let's see what some of my other.
Oh, I have no doubts we'll get a couple Vancouver cool kids on there.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know you got a million things going on, so thanks for spending some time with me. It was cool to actually have a chat with you, Derek. Seriously, my friend. And keep it up. You're my chubby buddy.
Absolutely.
All right.
See you again next time.
Excellent, man. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Oh, my gosh. So let's see here. Whew, that was exhausting. Can you imagine I have to do this every week? So this was just a little stressful, but we did it. We pulled it through. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and everything else. And you got to see some stuff behind the scenes. And so in some ways you guys get gypped because you don't see some stuff. But I think that behind the scenes is kind of fun. And we're going to start an actual library of just behind the scenes footage for you all. So I'm tired. I've got a wife and child to get home to. So I'm going to say good night. And by that, I'm going to click a button. Good night, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.